What's up, guys? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today, we are going to actually give the C8 Corvette a bath. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my method of washing this car and making sure that the satin wrap and the ceramic coating on top of the satin wrap doesn't get ruined. All right, guys, so I've had a couple of you reach out to me through email as well as the comment section after showing this particular XPEL Stealth wrap on the C8 Corvette and ask me, how do you maintain it? How do you wash it? How do you make sure it doesn't get scratched? How do you make sure that the ceramic coating stays good? Well, I have a couple different methods here I want to share with you guys, but I don't want to go crazy into detail because I've actually done something similar with the ZR1. So I will link that video somewhere up here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple different things that we're going to do to maintain this car, and it all starts here. But ultimately, this is my car detailing section. So we have an AR Blue Clean 630 TSS, which means it's total stop system. It doesn't keep running when you let go of the trigger. 100-foot MTM Cobra jet hose, and then we even have a spot-free filter at the bottom called a No Spots Pro. Very awesome product to have, especially with the black car, because you put soap on this car, you wash it all off, and then you rinse it down with this No Spots Pro, and you basically don't even have to dry it. But I digress. This is what we're going to be using today to wash this beautiful thing. But I'm going to go over the actual products that we're going to use, and then at the very end, we're going to go over the entire car with a nice product from XPEL to ensure that the ceramic coat and the XPEL paint protection stays in as best condition as it possibly can. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is just rinse the car down to make sure any loose dirt is removed and the car has a nice damp appearance. After the car is wet, we're going to go ahead and fill our foam cannon with some soap. And this is the particular kind of soap I use. It's actually made by Meguiar's. It's called Gold Class. Real easy to find. You can get it at Walmart, pretty much anywhere, and it's pretty cheap. It gets really good reviews because it is pH neutral and it provides a lot of lubrication, which we want for rubbing the dirt off the car. Now, like all my videos, I will link all this stuff in the description below. If you guys are interested in the PF22 foam cannon from MTM, which is one of the highest quality ones I've ever used, I'll put that down there. The soap will be down there. Even the pressure washer gun you see laying there on the ground will all be in the description below if you guys are interested in any of this stuff. This is without a doubt the best pressure washer setup I've ever used. Honestly, had the privilege of using. It's actually almost fun to use this stuff because of how high quality it is and because of how much easier it makes washing the car. Before we move on, I just want to show you the size of the little soap dab that we need. We don't need a whole lot of soap to create a lot of foam to make sure that there's no problems with scratching on that car when washing it. So just a tiny little bit. There it is. Check out how easy that is. Unbelievable. Whenever this stuff is set up the way it should be, washing a car is simple. Before we start foaming it down, we're actually going to hit some parts of the car with some Griot's Garage bug and smudge remover. This is some of the best product I've found to remove the bugs without having to scrub at them, and it is ceramic coating safe. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the front of the car here on the front bumper, the side view mirrors, and maybe the front windshield, and then we're going to foam it down. If you guys are washing a C8 Corvette, you're going to notice that front lip gets pretty covered in bugs pretty quick. So something like the bug and smudge remover will probably be your best friend. After we spray it on there, we're going to let it sit for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then we're going to go ahead and hit it with the foam cannon and start wiping everything down. With the car foamed down, we're going to go ahead and grab a nice microfiber wash mitt. This is one from Chemical Guys. Of course, I'll link this in the description below. What this will do is allow no scratching. It will, obviously, all those little fingers will help grab some soap as well as grab bugs and contaminants off the surface without scratching. So now we're just going to use our bucket full of soapy water. We're going to go over the car with our wash mitt and get it all cleaned up. we're going to take the blue microfiber mitt, which is the exact same thing, only blue, and we're going to do the lower portions of the car to help keep all the dirt off of the green mitt. So this is going to be for the lower portion of the car as well as the wheels and the exhaust tips. Now, after we've wiped down the car, we got the lower areas with the blue mitt. The next step I like to do is the wheels. So we'll use the blue mitt again for the wheels, as well as a Speedmaster brush I have, which looks like this, to clean the barrels and the face of the wheels. Then we're gonna hose everything down. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, what do you do in the meantime while the soap is drying? And it actually doesn't matter. That's where pH balanced soap comes into play, because if that balance is there, the soap can actually dry on the surface and we'll just hose it off later. Once you wet it again, it becomes reactivated without causing water spots. So that's why a pH balanced soap is absolutely critical, especially with a ceramic coated car. I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see that, but this wheel is pretty dirty. So this is the downfall of not having carbon ceramic rotors. So this is all we're gonna do, is just go through all the spaces, clean out the barrel first. That's where the majority of the dirt is. Or this is not really dirt, it's brake dust. And then we'll clean the face of the wheel with the actual wash mitt. Don't worry about getting dirt anywhere else, because like I said, we still need to hose down the car anyways. So after the barrel's clean, we'll go ahead and bust out the blue mitt again. And we're gonna wipe down the face of the wheel. And basically anything else you couldn't reach with that Speedmaster brush, like the caliper. And these wheels have some indents right here that you wouldn't be able to get. So that's pretty much it. Now we would just rinse down everything after I do the other three wheels, which are done the exact same way, so I'm not going to bore you to death with all of this. So the next time we turn on the camera, we will be washing everything down. The wheels are now clean, so what we're going to do now is a final rinse. So as you can see, there's still some soap here and there that hasn't dried. We're going to go ahead and rinse the car down. But before we do, I wanted you guys to see how well this car beads. So with the XPEL Stealth Wrap and the XPEL Fusion Plus ceramic coating on top of it, this thing beads better than any other ceramic that I've seen personally. So check this out. I'll try to get you guys a little bit closer because this is absolutely insane. Look at that. I mean, there is literally no sheeting at all. Very cool. So the car is rinsed down, and there's one final step I forgot about, guys. The No Spots Pro. So what we'll have to do here is actually just turn it on, because right now it is actually set to bypass the filter and just run the water straight up to the actual pressure washer. But if I turn this on, which is as easy as just turning some valves, just like that, now it's activated. Now I can actually give this Corvette a spot-free rinse, which will basically eliminate 99.9% of the water spots that are in my water. It reduces the total dissolved solids in my water from around 130 down to 0.5. And that's fantastic for this particular car, as well as my ZR1, because once we wash it and rinse it down with the No Spots Pro, we're gonna then blow dry it with the Master Blaster, which will basically push all the water off of the ceramic coated surface, but every now and then some of it dries before we're able to get to it. And the No Spots Pro will make sure that if any of it does dry, none of it water spots. We're gonna do one final rinse with the No Spots Pro, then we're gonna get to the blow drying part of the car. And then finally, the final thing we have to do afterwards to make sure that this thing is as protected as it possibly can be. We're gonna start at the top and work our way down, and just make sure that this entire car is rinsed free of any regular water, and it's all the filtered stuff. I keep saying filtering, but actually this is a deionization tank. So what it's doing is actually removing the sediment from the water with a deionization process versus a filtering process. But ultimately, it's cleaner water. The final step is to hit this with the Master Blaster. Literally blow all the water right off the surface. Because it's ceramic coated, it moves the water off in a way that's absolutely incredible, and it makes sure that a towel doesn't have to touch the surface that would potentially scratch it in the drying process. So it's going to be kind of loud, but I want you guys to see how well this thing moves water on a ceramic coated car. Look at that. Oh, that's incredible. I love it. Look at that. It blows the water right off of it. How about the window? I love it. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up, guys. Yeah, look at that. All right, I'm going to finish this up. You guys can watch. The car is completely dry, as you can tell, definitely clean. So as you can see in there, it's still kind of damp. Now, what I'm going to do is literally pop this hatch and use the Master Blaster to finish drying inside there, because it wasn't really dirty in there. So I'm just going to see if we can Master Blast it and see if that works. So let's go ahead and pop this thing open. So one thing about this design that's kind of neat is any of the water that gets under here actually runs down to this corner and drips almost directly into a drain hole. It's actually kind of a cool design by GM, but let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so not bad. The engine itself is pretty clean and now free of water. Really, I probably should have wiped off the back window there, but no big deal. So if you have a Master Blaster or some sort of forced air, you can kind of clean this up pretty well. The rest of it up there is going to drip for a little while, but like I said, it drips right into drain holes, which is actually pretty cool. You can see right there. So it literally drips right here and then falls right into a drain hole, which leads all the way down to the bottom of the car. So yeah, we can use the Master Blaster back here and clean that up enough that it's basically show ready. I'd wipe this down a little bit more with some quick detailer of some kind, but you're talking about another couple minutes. Car cleans up pretty well. Definitely loving those black diamond wheels. They clean up real nice as well, but my big thing is brake dust, man. It's definitely rough. I'm used to the carbon ceramics of the ZR1 and the carbon ceramics I even had on my Z06 too. So going to regular brakes here, I don't know, they make a freaking mess, that's for sure. Let's bust out the last product that we're gonna wipe the car down with to give it that final layer of protection that will really help protect the ceramic coating as well as the XPEL Stealth paint protection. So finally, the secret ingredient to keeping a ceramic coated XPEL paint protected car clean, protected, and looking as good as possible for as long as possible is right here. So what is this, you ask? This is made by XPEL for XPEL ceramic coating and paint protection film. It's called Ceramic Boost. So this is typically my last step. After washing the car, drying the car, we go over it one last time with this to do a couple things. Number one, like I said, it helps protect the ceramic coating, it helps protect the paint protection, but it also wipes away any remaining water spots that could be there after we use the no spots filter as well as the Master Blaster. So if there's anything left, this will take it off, as well as leave a layer of protection behind to help protect and prolong the life of the ceramic coating and XPEL paint protection. So this goes on just like any spray detailer. You want to shake it up a little bit, spray it on, wipe it off. Less is more with this stuff, guys. So typically 1 to 2 sprays per panel, wipe it on, buff it off just like you would any other spray detailer, and you're left with a shinier, more hydrophobic surface and a bunch of protection. So as with everything, guys, I will link this in the description down below as well. Definitely check this out. You do not have to have XPEL's paint protection or their ceramic coating in order to use this. It leaves a very hydrophobic surface behind, and that is something that is beneficial to anybody regardless of what kind of protection you have on your car currently. It is very easy to work with, smells good, and in my case it is made by XPEL for XPEL. So anyway, I'm not going to bore you guys to death watching me spray some ceramic boost and wipe it on and off the car. I'm sure you've all seen it before. That's what I'm gonna do next. That's what makes the cars look so good. But anyway, guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, smash that thumbs up button. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.